Dexter Season 8 episode review video. Before I get into that, though, pretty important, if you're not caught up to the point where I am, you're rewatching or watching Dexter, or you're just not entirely sure, then you definitely need to take the initiative and pay attention to the episode's title, which of course I'll mention as well as put in the description for you. If that happens to be the case and you're not caught up, it would be my recommendation that you don't watch this video any further to avoid any potential spoilers, and make sure you watch to the end. I'll actually link my initial review of this episode in the end screen in case you want to check it out. While I'm not proud of those videos, they're terrible quality, it's there if you want to check it out. The review is a lot quicker as I do more of a summary rather than recap everything that happened in the episode, so it's there, like I said, if you want to check it out. This will be Dexter Season 8, Episode 8. The title of this episode is called, Are We There Yet? And this will be my review, reaction, and recap after just finishing watching the episode. Although it was a couple days ago, I finally just now got around to recording the review. So Dexter's taking pictures of Cassie's crime scene, and he's actually using an Olympus SLR. Now, while the Olympus SLRs are more durable, I would think that he would use a Canon or even a Nikon, because I used to sell electronics, which included SLRs, at American TV and Appliances, and not many people went with Olympus. Although being durable, their photo quality was not very good, and Canon is what you want to use if you want good quality pictures, which at a crime scene, I would think that's what you want. But hey, what do I know? That was back in 2009 and 2010. And all he can think about is Hannah. Me too, especially when I go to bed at night. Dexter doesn't think the killer planned this, and Dexter thinks that Zach Hamilton killed Cassie. Jamie is really upset about Cassie as Quinn questions her. Dexter does find blood underneath Cassie's fingernails. Deb shows up. Who would want to kill Cassie? Dexter's dark passenger says he would give everything to feel nothing again, so he doesn't like all these feelings that he has. When he used to pretend to feel, now he actually feels stuff. Dexter meets with Hannah. Well, I would meet with her before I went to Cassie's crime scene. They missed a spot of blood on the bottle, but Hannah cleaned it up. Zach Hamilton's blood was underneath Cassie's fingernails. Masuka tells Nikki and Dexter that Dexter is the king of splatter. Quinn thinks Zach killed Cassie as well, as the Norma Rivera and the Cassie crime scene photos look very similar. Well, I don't know if you could tell that with a Nikon or a Olympus camera, but certainly a Canon or even a Nikon, but Canon would have the best quality. Nikon's kind of the best of both worlds, and Olympus is the more durable camera, SLR, in my opinion. Dexter meets with Dr. Vogel. She thought Dexter was having an impact on Zach. And then Dexter finds out Zach rented a room with his own credit card further away. I don't remember where it was, so I didn't say where. Deb comes by to ask Dexter about Cassie's case. Also asks Dexter about Hannah McKay. Deb wants Dexter to stop lying to himself. Deb, leave him the fuck alone. Let him think about Hannah all he wants. Jamie, as she's leaving Dexter's, just kind of stops by Cassie's place. Hannah's always on my mind. And just the sight of it, looking at it, because the door is open, makes her freak out just a little bit. I think the door is open, if I recall. Maybe I'm wrong on that, but that's what I seem to remember, but I didn't actually write that down. And Dexter asks Hannah to go to the Keys with him tonight. So that's where Zach was, in the Keys, and he had rented a hotel room there. Deb tells Elway about Hannah McKay and that he can make a boatload of money from it. Quinn talks to Jamie. He's got to leave her, and she doesn't want to be left alone. She wouldn't have left Deb alone, or he wouldn't have left Deb alone. And he says, "You'll have the kid. Harrison is my name." Harrison says, or Harrison says, "My name is Harrison." Hannah says that Deb is an array of sunshine. Dexter tells Hannah about Dr. Vogel, while also telling her about Zach Hamilton on the way to the Keys. Hannah tells Dexter he has a lot of clever little sayings inside his head about what he does. Hannah really needs to work on a disguise. I mean, she's wanted and yet she looks the same. She needs to wear a different colored wig or something like that. That's one of my complaints about this season. If I have to complain about Hannah, she doesn't disguise herself very well. Dexter sees Zach Hamilton's motel room. Lots of plastic. It's kind of like deja vu for Dexter. And Dexter has made a lot of mistakes, and Ghost Harry says for the first time, it's not bad. Quinn meets with Oliver, and Quinn shows him a picture of Zach Hamilton as he just wondered if he knew him. And he says no. And then bad murder juju. Nikki is trying to get rid of it, and she's like spraying stuff in the station, and Matthews isn't really happy about it. I don't remember exactly what he says because I thought I wrote it down, but I didn't. But he says some funny line like, "Tell her there's no murder juju here," or something like that. Maybe that's not what he said, but he said something funny. I'm not sure why he didn't put that down. Sometimes I just have too many thoughts in my head as I'm watching these episodes, and like I forget some things. Zach shows up at the motel. Zach swears he saw Cassie, but when he left, she was alive. He's been going after Sean Hunter. He was following the code without knowing it, Dexter's Dark Passenger says. Zach has Sean dead in his truck. Driving around in this heat with a dead body isn't really a good plan. Zach takes a good look at Hannah and says, "Dude." I would say dude too. Dexter says, "No, not dude. Me." There's an issue with Zach's door handle as it cuts people, and that might be why Zach Hamilton's blood was under Cassie's fingernails if he got cut by his door handle or something like that. Hannah dumps the plastic wrap and goes back into the motel room, and she's met by Hannah fucking McKay as Dirty Mouth Deb is in her room. Hannah doesn't want to put the cuffs on. She says that Dexter is driving her to survive. Hannah tells Deb she doesn't enjoy killing. She says she could have killed Deb the other day, but she's realized how much Dexter cares about her. Dexter arrives, and he's like, "Oh, you're both still breathing, so that's a good sign." Deb says she's your problem now and leaves and lets Hannah go. She doesn't arrest Hannah because she knows that will not make Dexter happy, and she can't do that. And Zach Hamilton says, "You've got two girls fighting over you?" The serial killers go to Vogel's place. Vogel insists that they all have dinner because she really wants to meet Hannah McKay. And Hannah asks Vogel about her fascinating field. Dexter hasn't said much during dinner. He says he is thinking about Cassie's murder. Jamie and Harrison are at Angel's, and Harrison is drawing a zombie. They can stay there as long as they want, especially if Jamie's going to cook. Elway wonders where the fugitive is. Deb says Hannah must be long gone now. Deb says she's not cut out to be a private investigator, and Deb says she might go back to being a cop again. Possibly. Vogel will take Zach home. Dexter takes Hannah back to her hotel room. Hannah might go to Argentina. They've talked about that a few times. Come on, Dexter, rip her clothes off and fuck the shit out of her. Dexter gives Hannah her new passport. She's going to be Claire Thompson now. And then finally, Hannah kisses Dexter and says you should go. And now the clothes are coming off. After fun with Hannah, which means sex with Hannah, Dexter goes home, and Zach Hamilton is sitting in his computer desk chair, but he's been killed by the brain surgeon. Guess that wasn't Yates. Dexter has to dump Zach Hamilton's body in the ocean. Elway's still looking into Hannah as he wants that money. Deb's looking at her old cop uniform. Hannah's about to leave, and Dexter shows up and tells Hannah, "Don't go." Good job, Dexter. Never let something like that leave your life, and that's what ends the episode. So this was an awesome episode of Dexter. I loved it. The score of this episode, surprisingly, I never thought I would. I didn't know this was going to be this score going into it, but this is a 10 out of 10 for me. Hannah might have something to do with that. Our male character of the episode, I'm going to give to Zach Hamilton. I actually like him as a character on this show. I think he works well, but we didn't get him for that many episodes. That's the unfortunate thing. There's a lot of characters on this show that leave way too fast, like Mike Anderson, Zach Hamilton. Those are the two that I can think of off the top of my head. My female character of the episode, well, you already knew who that was going to be, Hannah McKay. And as far as Zach Hamilton as a character, he obviously had some learning to do. He was just starting to learn the code without really realizing it. I'm going to give Zach Hamilton a 6.8 out of 10 as a character. I think he certainly had a lot of potential. And this, again, it was a great episode. With my favorite line of the episode is when Dexter walks into the hotel room, or motel room, I guess in this case, and Hannah and Deb are there, and he's like, well, okay, you're both still breathing, so that's a good sign. So that was it. So yeah, I like this episode. It's definitely a step up from what we've seen so far this season, and I enjoy it. So you've heard enough of me rambling. Now it's your turn. If you're a fan of Dexter and you want to help me out with the YouTube algorithm, please consider smashing that like button. I obviously want to grow the channel. Smashing the like button does get the video out to more people, assuming more people smash the like button. It helps out. I need more subscribers and I need more likes. Share the video with whomever you want. Put this video on any one of your preferred social media platforms. Don't forget to sound off in the comment section about what your thoughts are on this episode. What would you score it? Who would be your male? Who would be your female characters of the episode? If you want to rate Zach Hamilton, I gave him a 6.8. Maybe you'll go lower. Maybe you'll go higher. Leave your favorite moment if you have one. Favorite line in the episode. Whatever you want to put, just put it in the comment section. Comments help too. And then last but certainly not least, well, first, over here on the end screen, check out my original review of this episode of Dexter. Don't forget to hit that sub button. Subscribe to the channel. Join the team. Show your damn support and be a part of something special. And JDev will return.